What size problem is it that will cause you to become so distracted, so put off that you laid down your opportunity to serve the Most High, folded your arms, and said, it's not fair, so I quit? Hi, this is Barry Phillips. It's 10-Minute Torah, day 2 of Naso, to lift up or elevate. Yesterday we read about the Gershonites. Today, let's stay in Numbers, or Bamidbar, chapter 4, and let's go down now to verse 29. As for the sons of Merari, register them by their clans, by their father's house. Register them from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who enter the service to do the work of the tent of appointment. This is the duty of their burdens according to all their service for the tent of appointment, the boards of the dwelling place, and its bars, and its columns, and its sockets, and the columns around the courtyard with their sockets, and their pegs, and their cords, with all their equipment and all their service, and assign to each one by name the equipment of the duty of their burden. This is the service of the clans of the sons of Merari, all their service as for the tent of appointment under the hand of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. And they were, again, this is your board. This is your socket. This is your item to carry. So these guys were given the hard work, the heavy work, the grunt work, if you will. Often overlooked, listed last, thought of last, relegated to last place, but they were vitally important. Now, among the three brothers, or the three clans of the brothers, if you will, there is this opportunity of grumbling and fussing, and I don't know why you guys always get the better end of the deal, and the squabbles of the family. Anyone who has any family of any size, you know that getting together, unless there is a strong foundation of love and a willingness to get along, siblings often quarrel or squabble or roll their eyes or huff and puff or make a scene. And family events like weddings and funerals and family reunions, they are often an opportunity to showcase the differences between the siblings, the sibling jealousy and rivalries that have continued from their childhood. Doesn't have to be that way, by the way. Nevertheless, we have these that are assigned heavy items. Can you imagine someone who is carrying a heavy item, and as they are doing so for however long the trek is to the next location, they're looking ahead, they're seeing the column of the cloud, it's moving, and they're wondering, how far is the glory going to go? And at the same time, they're wondering, someone else has got something lighter to carry. Someone else has got an easier job. I don't know why I'm given the hard part. This is an opportunity of a choice. One can grumble and complain about whatever it is that they have been assigned to do inside the body of Messiah, or they can see it as an opportunity to be a participant in carrying the glory. The greater choice, obviously, then, is I am a participant and a facilitator of relocating or carrying the glory. Those that have been involved in ministry, you have an opportunity to either grumble about whatever situations the people present to you that are, in your estimation, negative. They didn't listen, they didn't attend, they didn't work, they didn't whatever. And those opportunities come because, well, people are people, and we're people, and we deal with people, and it's peopleness. That's just what it is. Or we can say, I was given an opportunity to help someone, to encourage someone, to offer a word of truth. Then whether they listen to it and apply it or not is up to them. But I'm here to love them, pray for them, and encourage them to do so. And so we must seize the opportunities that are presented to us in a positive way. I say we must, we should, and I encourage us to do so. I say us because I need the same encouragement from time to time. But throughout Scripture, there are negative situations that are presented or warned about. And we have a choice as to how we're going to respond. In Acts chapter 6, for example, there is this daily distribution of food to the widows and to those that are orphans, those that are genuinely in need. And the followers of Yeshua are taking it upon themselves, among themselves, to care for them. Well, those who come from a Hellenist background, that is a Greek-oriented social structure, way of life, they are now following Yeshua. They are now a part of this sect called the Way. They complain that they are being overlooked. And perhaps someone is saying, well, you weren't born Jewish, so therefore you don't qualify. The apostle said, well, we're not going to stop studying the scriptures, which would be the Torah, the writings, and the prophets at that time, and giving ourselves to prayer to wait on tables. So we're asking you to look out among you for these men that are filled with the Spirit and have the ability to take care of this need. They had an opportunity to allow this to divide themselves among cultural lines of how they were raised and brought up, or they could choose to say everyone is a part of the body of Messiah and we will take care of the need. They chose the latter. They chose wisely, and they chose by the leading of the Ruach HaKodesh. Rav Shaul, the Apostle Paul, warned about the last days. He wrote to Timothy, he wrote to Titus, he wrote to others about how that in the last days that instigators and doctrinal con men would seek to lead the body astray. We have the choice. We can either listen and be warned and keep our ears open correctly and our eyes to the word, or we can go with the flow. You have an opportunity. You can be offended, or you can learn to look for truth. One of the two. Shimon Kepha, the Simon Peter, and Yehuda even warned greater words, stronger words, about men who would be deceitful and cunning and filled with destruction that would lead many astray. We can say, well, we just need to love one another, and let's just not be critical. Or we can follow again after truth. The religious authorities, they tried to shut up the followers of Yeshua with prison, with lashes, with slander, trying to infiltrate them with errant doctrine, and they even slaughtered them. The early leaders were many times, they were martyred, and even gruesome fashions and torturously put to death. The next generations, they failed to correct what had been taught, and they gave way to Greek mindsets, to Gnosticism, to establishing of the Nicolaitan hierarchy systems, and they filled themselves with gross lies and the fallacies of Constantine. All of these things did not have to be, but they forgot to stop grumbling. They forgot to look to their opportunity instead of what they felt was oppression. If we're to carry the glory, if the glory of Yeshua is to be a mark upon our assemblies, then whatever hardship, whatever duty, whatever need that we have, let us bear it with glory, bear it with gladness. Be thankful that we're called to even participate in this venture. This is a privilege. It is a responsibility. and we ought to be thankful for it. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.